When I was 12, my parents sat me down and told me a story they repeated for years. Your grandma owes us everything, my father said. She forced us to spend our lives raising you after she abandoned the family. Whenever I asked why grandma never visited, my mother would sigh dramatically. She chose money over us. So I believed them. Grandma sent birthday cards every year, but they mysteriously disappeared. Every Christmas she mailed gifts, yet I never saw them. My parents always claimed she never cared enough to remember me. Then, 2 months after my 25th birthday, everything changed. A lawyer named Daniel called. I represent the Harrison Family Trust, he said. We've been trying to contact you for years. I almost hung up. What trust? The one your grandmother established the day you were born. Curiosity won. The following week, I walked into Daniel's office, expecting a scam. Instead, he placed a thick folder on the desk. Your grandmother passed away 6 months ago. My chest tightened. I didn't even know. Daniel nodded sympathetically. She never stopped trying to reach you. He slid dozens of unopened envelopes toward me. Each one had my name on it. Each one had been returned unopened. My hands shook. Your parents rejected every letter she ever sent. I couldn't speak. Then came the real shock. Daniel opened another file. This trust was created 25 years ago. Inside were bank statements, investment records, and legal documents. Current value, $3.8 million. I stared in disbelief. My grandmother left this, for me. Yes, but my parents said she abandoned us. Daniel looked confused. No, he pulled out court records. According to the documents, my parents had cut off contact after demanding hundreds of thousands of dollars from my grandmother. For what? I whispered. He turned another page. There it was. An invoice. A real, professionally prepared invoice. Child rearing expenses. Food, $98,000. Housing, $142,000. Education, $81,000. Emotional support, $54,000. Miscellaneous parenting costs, $100,000. Total due, $475,000. I blinked several times. They billed their own mother. Daniel nodded. They claimed she owed them reimbursement for raising you because she had more money. I laughed, not because it was funny, because it was unbelievable. When she refused, Daniel continued, they threatened lawsuits and permanently cut contact. So everything they told me was false. Daniel handed me one final letter. It was written by Grandma. If you're reading this, it means you've finally found the truth. I never stopped loving you. Every birthday I hoped you'd answer. Every Christmas I prayed you'd come. I couldn't buy another chance to know my grandson, but I could make sure your future wasn't controlled by lies. By the time I finished reading, tears blurred every word. For 25 years, I'd believed she didn't want me. The reality was the opposite. She had been waiting. I confronted my parents that evening. At first they denied everything. Then I showed them the invoice. Neither spoke. Finally my father muttered, she had the money. So you tried to charge her for raising your own child. Silence. Were you ever going to tell me about the trust? Another silence. That answered everything. I left without another word. 6 months later, I used part of the inheritance to establish a scholarship in my grandmother's name for students raised in difficult family situations. At the dedication ceremony, I displayed her favorite photograph, a picture of me as a newborn, taken before everything fell apart. On the back she'd written a single sentence. Love doesn't keep score. It simply stays, even when people try to erase it. My parents spent years believing family was something you could invoice. My grandmother understood something far more valuable. Real love is never measured in dollars. It's measured in the doors that remain open, even after decades of silence.